Welcome to our series on fixing script failures. This video focuses on the most common reason for script failure, image issues. We will focus on the use of Smart Image Configurator to correct image issues. At the end, you should be able to launch Smart Image Configurator and deploy the various methods available to enhance Scenario Builder's ability to find the image correctly. There are several methods for launching Smart Image Configurator. When looking at the script, you can right-click on the step and choose Smart Image Configurator from the pop-up menu. If you are looking at an execution report that has a failed image step, there is a button to take you into Smart Image Configurator. And if you are viewing the scenario execution timeline and there is a failed image step, you can use the icon on the step to launch Smart Image Configurator. Now that we have Smart Image Configurator open, here's a quick tour of what you see. There's a Properties panel where you adjust various image properties. There's an Images panel that displays all the images used for matching. There's a Preview area that displays the selected run screenshot. And there's a Screenshots Gallery panel that shows images captured during runs. Before starting in on the options available to improve image matching, let's look at the Screenshots Gallery. If the screenshots have been captured that don't contain the expected image, such as an unexpected pop-up appeared or the screen didn't load, you can remove those. To remove a screenshot, right-click on it and choose Remove. All our screenshots are valid, so I'm going to leave them. The first option we will look at using is the suggestion icon. Clicking this will provide suggestions for tolerance and/or search area, and go ahead and attempt the image search. The green box around the screenshot in the Screenshots Gallery section indicates it successfully found the image using the new settings. But what would we do if those suggestions didn't work? In order to improve image matching, you need to know about all of the tools available. The first one we are going to discuss is the black and white contrast. A common feature for buttons in applications is they appear one way, then change if you hover over them, and yet another way when clicked. These various button states can make it difficult to make an exact match. Sometimes looking for the button in grayscale can increase success. If you are working with an application over Citrix, this is a good place to start your image adjustment. I could use the spinner arrows to increase or decrease the contrast, but I prefer to open the contrast window by clicking on the icon. Setting the contrast to anything other than 0 removes the color and performs a match in grayscale. ScenarioBuilder is suggesting a contrast setting for me. I can start with that. The desired value can be entered into the text box directly. There is also a slider that I can use to adjust the contrast up and down. Note how you can see the impact of the setting on the image. Once you have the contrast ratio set as desired, click Update. Let's try this contrast and see if it can find the image successfully. It looks like just setting the contrast ratio did not allow it to successfully find the image. The red squares around every image means that it failed to find the image in all 4 of our screenshots. So let's clear that and look at the next option that we have available to us. The next adjustment we'll look at is tolerance. Tolerance determines how exact the match must be. When set to 0, it must be an exact pixel for pixel match. The higher you set the tolerance, the less closely the images must match. Care needs to be taken with this setting. If you set the tolerance too high, it might match incorrectly, causing your script to fail, or worse, result in a false positive. I can enter a value directly in the text box, or I can use the spinner arrows to adjust the value up or down. Let's try a tolerance setting of 5 and see if it improves the image match. It looks like setting it to a tolerance of 5 isn't enough to make a match. All 4 of our screenshots failed to get an image match. So let's move on to our next option. While constraining the search area doesn't always improve the app's ability to make the match, it can speed up the amount of time it takes the application to find the image. This can be very beneficial if you are building a performance test. By default, the search area is set to all zeros. This indicates the search area is the entire window. The search area can be set manually by entering the coordinates, but that means you need to know the coordinates. A faster way is to either allow the application to suggest a search area or to manually select the search area. We saw the suggested search area earlier when we used the suggestion icon. Now let's look at how to manually set the search area. To manually set the search area, click the search area icon. We'll use the mouse to drag over the desired search area. As soon as you release the mouse, the window closes and you are returned to Smart Image Configurator. You can see the coordinates as well as a red box around the selected search area. Let's see if setting the search area helped it find the image. No, it did not. So setting the search area alone didn't help. It would need to be used in conjunction with another setting. The last option we are going to look at is the captured image. You can see the images that are being used to match. We can add a new image by capturing it from the screenshot. Let's try that now by clicking the recapture icon. It opens the screenshot and there is a purple box around the area that was used to capture the current image. To capture a new image in this same area, you can simply press enter. However, if you want to use the mouse, you can drag over the desired image. As soon as you release the mouse button, the new image is captured. The window closes and you are returned to Smart Image Configurator. We'll see the new image has been added to the Images panel. Let's test our new image. It is now able to successfully find the image. While you can have multiple images, the more images you have, the greater chance you could impact the performance of your run, as the more images it has to search against to find a match, the longer it takes. Best practice is to limit the captured images to 1 or 2. Another thing to keep in mind when adding new images is the size of the capture area. The larger it is, the more pixels that must be matched, potentially elongating the time needed to make a match. To remove an image that you don't need, right-click on it and choose Remove. Be sure to retest after removing images to make sure it can still make a match successfully with the remaining images. Perhaps you don't need to recapture an image, but to edit an existing image. A good example of when you might need to edit an image is if the captured image is a button and the edges of the button appear in the captured image. You can edit the image to focus on just the center part of the button, removing any borders. To edit the image, right-click on it in the Images panel and select Edit Image. The Edit Image window appears. The most common adjustment is to crop the image. That's what I'm going to demonstrate. First, I'll select the area I want to keep by clicking and dragging with the mouse. When you have the area you want to keep selected, click Crop. When done editing, click Save. The last option we are going to discuss is what to do if the image you are searching for does not appear in the failure screenshots. In that case, you can bring in an image that was captured by ScenarioBuilder anywhere in the project. To add an external image, right-click in the Images panel and select Add from File. All the images captured for the project appear. Select the image you want to add and then click OK. While we discussed individual options available, it might take a combination of settings to improve the image matching. Be sure to test your settings before saving them to the project. Once it can find the image successfully, click Apply Changes. To recap what we discussed in this video, we focused on how to use the Smart Image Configurator to make adjustments when scripts have a failure related to finding an image. Using Smart Image Configurator, we can adjust the contrast to search in grayscale, adjust the tolerance that controls how exact the match must be. We can constrain the search area targeting where we want it to look for the image. New images can be captured. Images can be edited. Unneeded images can be removed. And if necessary, an external image can be added. We hope this video has increased your toolbox for handling image failures. Thanks for watching.